February 11th. Yeah, today's Sunday, February 11th. So, uh, so I'm going to use this time to just continue on this learning series. I'm going to call it Learning Series for the Taichi for Health Standing Extended 41. Okay. So last week was actually really long, so I think eventually I'll break that up into the first two videos to just deal with the preparation and then the commencement. Okay? So yeah, just as a reminder of the first one. So the preparation was, when we do this part. So starting from there, with the feet together, the ankles touching, and you can even touch the knees if you want. But to stimulate that flow, the kidney flow, which comes up into here, we want to add that in. The reminder: the breath is number one, and we start with the inhale. The I'm sorry, yeah, with the inhale, and then breathing in, right, and flowing the chi. So we have all of that, and then that moves to folding the kwa, unlocking, right, and then the feet can move, can open. Okay, here, the hip joint, the hip joint. She asked, what is the kwa in English? The hip joint. From there, so the importance of that. So that's all in last week's lesson, okay? And then we moved into the stepping. So my left foot, right, opposite. So the commencement, right? This is the first movement, and shifting. So all of this, right, stepping, coming out, right, the second movement, and then the open and close. Okay? So that's the sequence. So just to show that sequence, okay, and I'm just gonna use my left, yeah, and my right. Okay. So starting with here, just this is the review. Breathing in, and then letting go. And thinking of the sun in the sky, flowing that energy down through the body while I'm letting go and flushing into the earth. And taking that extra breath, breathe in and out. Pushing the knees back, slowly stretching and warming up the back of the knees. Breathe in and out. And the third time. Breathe in and out. And breathe in and letting go. Okay. And then shifting to my right, releasing the left foot. Shifting to my left, releasing my right foot, and coming back to center. And then one more time, coming up and down, exhaling, and breathing in, and a quick release, and that's my perfect starting height. So that's the preparation. Okay. At this point, if you want to practice Wuji, you can practice Wuji before you start the form. Okay. And then we did commencement, the first three moves. So starting again with the inhale, breathing in, and then letting go and sinking to the height of the form. And shifting to my right, folding, stepping with the left, shifting to the left, and activating the hands to help, and letting the body turn. Stepping up, centering. That's all part of number two, and then open and close. Okay, so that's the first. That was the first Sunday up to there. Okay. All right. So I just want to add that reminder that as I'm teaching the form, right, movements are large. So when I'm stepping up, right, letting this fold and turn, sinking into it, right, I let my body turn 45. right? And then I'm turning back to center. But when you watch people perform or demonstrate the form, they tend to be very straight. So it'll tend to look more like this when they're stepping up. You won't see those turns. So what I want to point out is that's refinement. And if you start from there trying to have that perfect form where that upper body doesn't turn, you're going to have a harder time developing and understanding the qua. So the foundation, right? We start with foundation is learning how to turn the qua, let the body turn and follow, and don't resist that. When you resist that, it's going to push this open, right? So we have to get this first. So let it turn and see what's happening, understand what's happening, right? And then so we'll have those big turns. But when you see it more up, more not upright, when you see it not turning as much, right? When you see those smaller angles, more straighter lines, right? It still has that fold here, but the upper body doesn't have to follow completely with it. But you still have to have that fold to be able to pick up that leg. Right? As you shift, you still have to have that fold to pick up the back leg. But as the upper body releases, right, it'll have that spiral, that twist. So the whole body doesn't have to turn. Right? It'll still fold and you feel it release. And you'll tend to be straighter, right? Your alignment. So that's refinement. But if we start that way, you're going to fight here, right? But that's normally how some people learn, right? They correct the whole form. Oh, you have to be straighter, and you wonder why you struggle because it takes a longer time to understand the qua and folding. So you get this first. So I just want you to understand that as I'm turning, it's because I'm teaching you this first. And as you refine, you're going to start turning back to the front, right? And when you turn back to the front, because over here is folded and turned and up here is straighter, now you have this spiral coming out, right? And that's an even higher refinement. So as you pull and sink, right, you have that nice spiral. Okay. Right, so the rest of the learning part, I will address your left side. So I'll mirror you, your left side and your right side. Okay? Right, so that's the first three, commencement. So from here, right, if I do my left side, right, I'm going to turn, and the next movement is single whip. So it turns and turns, and it comes out in single whip. Yeah. So for you, right, I would have to turn to release my right leg. And now that I released the qua, now I can pivot back 45 to the right. Small step. Right? I don't want to lunge. Right? Just small step. Sink and press and let the palms rise. And then release. So it's about 60-70%, but it's right where your foot sets, and you can feel the qua set, and from here, releasing, right? And right here is single whip. Okay. All right. So, I'll mirror. Right? So you want to pick up this leg, right? We want to sink on your left leg first, right? Holding the ball. So let's look at the leg first. Right? So we have to fold. We have to turn and fold. So shifting all our weight on your leg here and let it fold. So let the body turn. That's going to pick up the heel. Right? You can tap it up. Right? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm starting from the wrong place. The feet are open. Okay? So I'm going to shift and turn. Right? As you fold, it'll pick up that heel, and then you pick the knee straight up, and the leg will come in. Right? Now that this is released, now you can turn 45. Okay? from there. Okay? So again, you're going to shift, you're going to fold, the heel will start picking up, right? Let the body turn, it'll pick up fully, and now you can turn, okay, from there. So holding the ball, it's the same thing, it's shifting, sinking, let the body turn, right? That leg picks up, pick the knee straight up and tap, just lightly tap the toe. Now you can pivot. Okay? From here, you pick up the knee a little bit and just extend and drop the whole leg down. So the caution is don't reach, right? Just extend and now just drop the whole leg down, right? I'm not doing this, I'm not reaching. Just drop the whole leg down so the weight can stay here, right? When it touches the ground, relax. When relaxes, everything lets go. Now shift. Now shift to your right leg. Okay? As you shift to your right leg, you're going to turn. So I'm sinking, that leg is free, I can pivot, I can extend the heel, relax, and now shift and turn a little bit more. Right? Not much, just a little bit more. When you feel the foot settle, right, then you open. Okay? And you can see the symmetry of this form, right? They're equal. Shoulders down, elbows down. Lineups to look for is the elbow lines up with the knee, elbow over the knee with the toe, not past, right? Not forward, that's too much, not past. You can see those nice little square lines, right? The 45s, the 90 degrees from there. Okay? And this is just sits. You want this to sit on the rib cage, right? So you see people out here too much. So a little tip, I guess, the way my teacher taught us, where is single whip out here in Yang style. Okay? Although we're not doing this form, our hands are like this. What he said is just pick up your hand, right, and turn it out. And that's it. It's actually very short. You know? But as people do the form, because the body is turning, one hand moves away from the other hand, right? The distance between the palms increase. But it's not because you're pulling the hands away. It's because you're turning. So as I turn, right, this arm comes with me, and that's what moves the hands away. So there's a difference from doing this and just turning, right? And this stays on this side and that moves. Okay? So you want to be aware of those things. Okay? So we look at the single whip again, relax, right? So we're going to shift, fold into the quad, let the body turn, free your right leg, and then turn back. I'm sorry, want to keep the hands at the heart, right? Pick it up, unfold, and drop the whole leg down so the weight stays here. You have to relax into here. Now sink, now shift, right? Lift the sternum, right? All these small little things. As soon as it sets down, right? We're breathing in and ha. Okay? So that means as we're stepping, right here, we're breathing in and lifting the sternum. Ha. Okay? So that same breath, that release breath, right? We're coiling. Right? You have coiling in there, and uncoil and just springs out to here. Okay? Let's see what else. We want to make sure that as you're shifting, my palms are rising. Okay? And then the guideline, how high do they rise? If you need a guideline, second finger, second line, eye level. Yeah. So that works in here too. Right? So these are guidelines to kind of check yourself where things are and then relax and sink. Okay? All right. So shifting and turning, folding, freeing the right leg, and pivoting back. 45. Step out on the heel, relax. Shift forward, palms raising, breathing in, and opening. Okay? And that's single whip right there. That's single whip. Okay. What else do we want to watch for? The palms are expansive, right? Stretching. Oh, let me put it over my shirt. Right? It's stretching. So in the beginning, it just might be making a really large palm, just stretching. But same thing with the refinement, instead of just expanding really hard, soon you have to relax and then expand. Relax and then expand. So as you're expanding, right, if you relax and expand, you don't have all these turns and curves. Right? You have to let go and expand and relax so everything can align properly. Right? So Sung is to let go so you can open and loosen the joints. Okay? And in the beginning, you control the muscles. And then eventually, as you start getting it, right, you're controlling the muscles. You can only stretch so much. To stretch more, you have to imagine something else pulling on you. If something else is acting at you, then you can totally relax inside. You can Sung, and just the imagination that something else is stretching you out, and then you have unlimited expansion. Okay. All right. So let me do it from my back to you. Okay, we're going to turn. So let me move over. So let's just look at single whip first, and then we'll review from the beginning. Okay. So holding the ball, I'm going to start from open and close to set, and relax into my claw, and start shifting and folding and turning to my left, releasing my right heel, sinking into my left hip, turning 45. Now I can step. All the weight stays on the left. Just drop the leg down, relax. Now shift, lifting the sternum, raising the palm, breathing in, and Okay. So starting from the beginning, we'll just review from the beginning. Feet together. Start with the inhale, and then let go. Breathing in, pushing the knees back. Gently letting go. I'm going to add that extra breath in. Breathe in, push the knees back. Exhale. So reminding ourselves how important that breath is in the preparation. Breathe in. And remember, you decide when to rise. In other words, you're relaxing, and then you feel the whole body fill up and start to rise. Breathe in, and let go. Okay, shifting to the right. Fold into the right hip so the left foot can open. 45. Shift to the left, fold into the left quad so the right foot can swivel open. Rising a little bit, coming to center, gently pushing the knee back, not too much, and letting go. Okay, that's our perfect starting height. Commencement, breathing in. Feel yourself being pulled forward. And sink a little lower, come to the heart. Okay, rolling, hands coming out. And in. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the leg. Let's try that again. Sinking to the right and stepping. Let the body turn. Small step up. Out and back. One open and close. Single whip. Shifting to my left, turning all the way. So my right foot is free and you can tap in. Turning. Now I can pivot. Stepping. Letting go. Now shifting. Palms rising, breathing in. Okay. As you breathe out, you look at the left hand. So as you open into single whip, your vision follows. Your vision follows the hand as you open. Okay. Um, just want to put in that other reminder as we're coming down when to rise. Right. Remember, you decide. Right. Everything's letting go, and you decide when you're going to rise. And it's that feeling like you're just kind of supporting, and you can feel the whole body activate from there. Okay. All right. So that's single whip. So after single whip, right, so let's see. Right, my left, I'm doing my left, and actually, during the learning, right, we do right and left anyway. So yeah, don't let that confuse you on it. Okay? So from single whip is Wan Sau. So Wan Sau is cloud hands. In cloud hands, the hands basically just move up and down, and it's that same thing about where's your position, oh, and turn, and that's single whip, right? Just lifting. So you can see it come out at a little angle, right? But you're just lifting and drop, right? That's single whip. So cloud hands, if you just relax your shoulder joints, right? And the hands are just moving up and down. Technically, that's all they're doing. That's all your palm is doing, is up and down. So that circular movement, right? It's not by standing in one place and only moving your shoulders. The circular movement comes from as your hands come down, your body turns. Okay? So as your hands move up and down, your body is turning. And as you do this, you feel a little circle. Okay? In turn. Okay? You feel a little circle in here. So there actually is a little circle as it releases. But it's from turning the spine. Right? So if I turn and my hand drops down, right, it creates an angle. So again, I'm not pulling my hand in an angle. I'm just dropping it down, relaxing and shifting and turning. Okay? And then I'm picking up and turning. So that circular motion doesn't come from the arm. It comes from the spine, the waist, and stepping side to side. Okay? So again, how high? Right, second finger, second line, eye level. How far down? If you just drop your hand, you can feel it sit, and it just stops. There's a point where it's just going to stop. To go lower than this, right? The form of my hand, my arm really changes. My elbow starts coming in. But if I just drop my hand down, I can feel there's a point where it just sets, right? The shoulder blade sets, and not too low. So this is about, my waist is here, coming down to my belly button is here, so just above my belly button from here, okay? From there. So not too low. To come lower, my arm has to swing back. Right? So just before I start swinging back, my elbow is in front of my body over here. Right? Here's my elbow. Right? Here's my elbow. It's in front of my body. So as I'm doing Wan Sau, cloud hands, I don't want it to swing back. Right? It's right in front. So from the side, it's just kind of moving up and down. But as I turn my body, right, it's going to come to the side from there. Okay. So from single whip, right, it becomes one hand down, one hand up. Right? And eventually you can add your breath, breathing in and out. Okay? Palm is nice and large, stretched and open, right? Not relaxed. Nice and large, stretched and open. Okay? So built into the Sun Set is this expansion of the body. As you sung and relax, you want to stretch every muscle tissue of your body. You want to open and loosen the joints. So not just stretch, but you have to relax and internally expand, relax, internally expand, relax, internally expand, so everything sits. And then eventually, once you get that, relax and imagine something else dragging and pulling you out. So sometimes you can feel the body shifting forward. Yeah. What are we doing? We're creating a myofascial release, a myofascial massage. So by expanding and stretching the whole body, right, it's possible up, out, and down. Right? We're trying to give every muscle tissue in our body a chance to expand, stretch, and self-massage and release. Okay? For the muscle tissue to release, we have to hold it in that stretch for a long time and run energy through it. So removing blockage, right? Taking this out, relaxing so everything can align straight instead of all these weird angles, right? And just expanding, dropping the shoulder. So we're creating myofascial, right? We're trying to release. Myofascial massage is they stretch a section of muscle and they talk about letting energy running through the palms and they hold that 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, whatever it releases until whatever it takes until the muscle goes boom, and then it's done. You take a tight muscle and you pound it, oh, feels good, right? And then it pulls back and contracts again because those fibers haven't really released. We just kind of like smashed it out. Yeah. But if you hold it, like if you have elastic bands, right? That's everybody knows that, right? Our pants, our underwear, whatever is elastic over time, right? It just starts loosening and loosening and loosening. So you can think of that as myofascial. If you took your elastic band and stretched it out and hung it out there, every day you come back, right, it's going to start sagging because those fibers are going to release. Right? So this is Tai Chi for health. Right? That's built in. Sun Lutang built that in. And if you look for it, it's there. All right, so expanding, nice large fingers, nice large palms, right? Fingers stretching, and then eventually advance. Imagine something else pulling the hand. Right? So um, if I do Wan Sau this way, right? Oh, and let me point out. I'm sorry, I should have pointed this out from the I don't want to miss this step. From the single whip, right? It steps up. And you have another line up here. So this foot is forward. And the lineup is basically heel to toe. So the lineup being heel to toe. Right? And it's not exactly of where it overlaps. As you feel and as you turn, it's going to be very close, right? In the heel to toe area. Yeah? So a little overlap, that's fine. Not quite, that's fine. Right? Feel what's going on in here. So again, if I'm going Wan Sau this side, right? I've opened up the single whip. My weight is on this leg. Right? So I have to free this leg up before I can step. Right? So it looks like this, right? I've opened single whip. I'm looking at this hand. Right? I'm going to sink. I have to free up this leg. That means I have to turn. Right? So this hand is dropping, and I'm turning. Now this leg is free. I can tap it in, and now I can step side. And now I can shift. I want to bring this leg in, so I have to turn. Now that leg is free. I'll bring it in, not touching, right? Space. I have to fold into my quads. I can free that leg up, step out. And my vision, right? I train myself to look at my upper hand. So this is Wan Sau, right? We're stepping side. The hands are going up and down. But because of how the body moves and how the stepping moves, the motion becomes circular, right? So if you had a nice little light stick and you did long exposure, right? You'd have circles, and not just on one plane, but you'd be making a ball, and it all comes from turning the body. The hands are just going up and down and relax. Right? So if I go this way, right? If I go this way, that means my single whip would be on this side. I'd be looking at this hand. I want to free this leg up. So I have to fold, tap, and then step. And focus on the upper hand. So you want to train yourself in the sequence of looking. The fingertips first, and then just one finger, so it can be second finger, second line, eye level. And then looking out at the mountaintop. And finish, and then come back to the heart and open and close from there. Okay. And down. All right, so looking at the movement again. When we're not again, but when we're doing Wan Sau, right, we're stepping sideways. Right? We're stepping sideways. Right? So just in a straight line. When you turn, as you're learning, when you turn, you want to make sure, right, that you're turning 45 degrees. So if I'm stepping out towards you, right, my body has to turn 45 to my right. Right? All my weight stays on my right. I have to sink into my quad, step down, and then always release. Right? Let the hips go, and then shift. Right? About the center, I'm going to be square to here, but as I shift, I need to turn and fold. So I'm going to turn and fold 45 to free my right leg. Right? Then I can pick up my right leg, stay in here, right? Relax and stay in here, step in, let go. Now I can shift. And again, 45, I have to release into the right quad, step. When I find the ground, release first. Now shift. So that commitment, that discipline of not shifting too early, releasing, now I can shift my weight. We talked about that last time, the discipline of staying and training into the core. But let the body turn. You can see how much I'm turning from here. And then I can finish off. As you turn, check. You can watch yourself in the mirror. Are you relaxed? Are you relaxed and just folding into the core? Or are you turning your shoulders and trying to fold into the core? So check yourself to see, are you turning? Upper body has to be relaxed. So you can do some exercise, just really relax, right? Sinking, just really ragdoll and just folding and turning and seeing how the body follows, right? Be careful. If you see your hands pulling off the center line, then you're probably twisting the shoulder. So we want to get away from twisting the shoulder from there. All right, so single whip. Right? So single whip, and do it one more time. So start on this side, I'll start on your right. Right? So I have to turn to release, step, now shift, open. From here, Wan Sau. Right? I have to sit back and turn to release. Stay here, release. Now I can shift. Fold all the way. Step in, release. Now I can turn. Fold. So this section of Wan Sau is starting to teach you to master folding the hip, to master the quad. So just simple walking, right? So turn to release. We're going to go the other way, then turn back, then unfold, then release. Now shift. Palms rising. Breathe in, fold, turn, shift all the way, release, stay to the right, into your right claw, step. Now I can Wan Sau. Right, don't turn yet, release. Now I can shift. Shift and fold and spiral into your right claw, and then shift. Sink, relax. Take one more step. Relax. You actually have to relax into this joint. Come to the center. One, open and close. Okay, and that's the first 6 movements right there. Okay, so last week we actually did 2, so really like 3 parts, right? Just the preparatory, which can include the wuji, right? And then the opening move, the commencement, and the next 3 movements. So with that, you can get certified and become an instructor. Oh, we need so many instructors because the basics is the basic form are the warm-ups, and the set is just the first 6 moves. But there's so much in there. Okay, so let's do that from the back. Let's just review Wan Sau. Well, we'll review single whip, and Wan Sau, and then we'll finish with open and close. So back view. Okay. Oh, and just a reminder, the feet stance. Like sometimes I have the habit of parallel, okay, and I do that automatically. But really, you want to let it open a little bit for the Qigong. Right? When the feet are actually open, when the feet are out, that helps everything to bend. And for the Qi to flow, we need the joints to bend. That's part of the song. So just a caution, when you watch me, sometimes I just automatically will go parallel on the inside. And so many years of that training. So don't let that confuse you. If you do it automatically, don't worry about it. Okay. So we'll start with an open and close. Well, let's do this. Breathe in and drop into your position. That's your perfect position. Bottom of the feet relaxed. Tuck your tailbone in a little. Straighten your spine. Bring your hands up right in front of the heart. Relax your facial muscles and smile from the heart, and do one open and close to begin. Okay, single whip, stepping out to our right. So we need to free our right foot first. So shift left, fold and turn into the left claw, freeing the right heel. Pick it up. Now we can relax into the left claw and pivot to the right, 45. Step out heel, relax. Now shift, rising the palms. Breathe in, turn a little bit more to the right, and open. Look at the left fingertips. Wan Sau. We have to shift back to the left, turn, let your body turn to free the right leg, right hand drops. Tap. Step. Weight all on the left. Sink. Now shift. Spiral and fold into the right. 45. Sink. Left foot free, comes in. Shift and turn. And have that commitment to stay into the hip joint until you settle, and then shift. Stay in the right hip, now shift. Do one more time. It should be 3 steps. So, sorry, I'm not counting, just doing the movements right now. And that commitment to stay there, release, and then come to center. Okay, we'll do the other side. We'll do the left side. So again, you have to shift, free the left leg. You have to turn. The left heel should come up. Tap and turn to the left 45. Fold and stay in the right claw. Unfold the left. Touch, relax. Ha. Now shift. Palm rising, starting to look at the fingertips. Breathe in. Fold a little bit more. Spiral a little bit more to the left. And ha. Looking at the right. Fold into the right. Turn. Tap. Pick up. Look at the left hand. So first time. Fold all the way. Stay there. Ha. Now shift. Breathe in and coil while sinking into the right claw. Ha. One more step. One more time. Sink and coil. Hold that into the right. Ha. Now shift. Sink and coil. Ha. Come back to center. Open and close. Okay, out. Lift the sternum and down. Start to rise. Breathe in. Come up. Ha. So always practice that. Always practice that. Ha. Right, have that sudden release. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, but so before we finish, we need to look at the timing of the hand and leg, and we need to review the reminder of the hand picks up the leg. Yeah? So you want the hand, when the hand comes up, the shoulder blade drops, and shoulder blade drops, and you have this kind of like a bird, right? Feather move, a wing move, right? Drawing. And we do this in the warm-up. We're learning this in the warm-up. So when the hand comes up, right, it picks up the leg. When the hand comes down, it's helping the leg to set. So you pull the chi up, it's displacement, right? So in Yang style, we're allowed more play with the hands. So sometimes in Yang style, wave clouds, right? I'll just stay here and I'll just let the hands pull, right? Pump and press, pump and press. And what you can practice is just going back and forth, up and down. You can add the turn, of course. But the purpose of this exercise is to imagine the palms connected with a tube, right? So as you pull this hand up, this hand is going to fall, right? And you shift. You pull this hand up, right? It creates a vacuum, this hand falls. And so we practice some of this principle in the warm-up, right? And then slowly you add the turn of the waist, right? And then you can see the hands start to wave a little bit more like wings as the waist turns. So one is to pull, right? So if you're pulling, you're displacing the earth chi and you're creating a vacuum, this hand will fall, right? You pull, you're displacing, this hand will fall. That also translates to the legs. If I press, right, I'm displacing, so this hand will rise. Right? If I press and pump, this hand will rise. So you can practice the Wan Sau more like this, that pump, and practice from there. So to add the leg, right, it picks up the leg. So if it's out, it's helping to set the leg down. They're both connected, the whole body's connected, right? Lift. You can see this hand dropping, right? So this hand helps this leg to sink while also displacing so that this leg can rise, so that energy releases and pushes up, and this hand helps to draw. So you decide the intent. Are you pulling? Are you pressing? Are you being pushed? Are you being pushed? Are you being pulled? Right? That's your intent. So as we do the Wan Sau, right, the hand, you imagine that hand helping to pull the legs, bring it to the side, set it down. Right? This hand is starting to release so that this hand can pull up this leg, set it down. Right? This hand starts rising. So you have that connection. You have that feeling. So sometimes you practice it like this, right? And allow the body to turn. It can be a little square in the beginning just to study that energy. Right? And then when you start adding the turn of the waist, that's what gives it that look, that round look. Right? And feel that setting and that shifting, that release. And in between, don't forget, before you can, right, if I step and I sink, before I can shift, I have to let go of the hips. So that and then shifting is really important. Okay? Right, so we go back to the Sun style and we have to apply that, but the hand is like this. Right? So in the Sun style, we're not doing that waving pumping motion. The hand is stretched. We want that myofascial stretch, that pull. But so you have to move your mind to your shoulder blade. Because this is just expanded. But it still has that intent. But instead of pulling from the palm, you put your mind to your shoulder blade, the scapula way back there. So if you drop, you feel the shoulder blade move. Right? The shoulder joint has to release. The shoulder joint and the hip joint, right? Same thing. Just one is up, one is down. But it's that same thing. This hand is still pulling. Right? So this hand still helps to draw the leg up. This hand helps to set this leg down. Yeah? So we want to build in that energetic feeling, physical, energetic. Lead with the E, right? That's the Qigong. Lead with the E. Think about it and let it come out. Okay? So with that background, and that takes a while. You just have to experiment. We look at the timing. And so let's see. So we're coming out, right? We step. We're coming out at single whip, and we're looking at the timing of the hands and the legs. So as we shift, right, your left hand is coming down, right? I'm mirroring you, so your left side, right? So as I'm shifting, this hand is sinking and coming down, right? That means this hand would have been pulling up, so that intent of this hand holding and really stretching, right, to draw that energy up while I shift into your right leg, right, from here. So already it has that sweep, right? So some single whip, sinking and turning. So as I turn, this comes in, and then when the leg taps, that hand comes with it. So you see the coordination of the hands and the legs, right? So single whip, right? Starting to shift, sink, starting to turn and pick up that leg. As that picks up, your right hand comes down, and then turn, right? And step, right? And as the leg comes out, right, the hand starts to move a little bit, right? So the hand is helping the leg, and then set. So shoulder joint, hip joints set, then shift, right? Right? This hand is holding this leg, this hand is holding this leg, and then as you sink here to release the heel, you have to release the shoulder joints too. Every time you release the hip joints, you have to release the shoulder joint, and then both can pick up, right? So your right hand is drawing your right leg up, your left hand is helping to stabilize. The fold helps you to stabilize, and then it can find, sink, relax. So you can see my shoulder blades drop, hips drop. Now I can shift, holding it, right? Release, up and down together, step, right? Sink, right? You can feel that sink, that settling, even though the palms are stretched. Turn, release. Now you can move hands and legs, set, release. Now you can shift. Right? Turn 45, release, hips and shoulders. Now you can shift. Yeah. And I can feel myself, wanting to release my palms, because I want to play want to play with the palms and the fingers, or my influence from the Yang style. So I have to be really conscious about keeping my hands open and stretched the whole time. Right? Release, right? So you have that shift from there. Okay? And that's why I'm focusing so much on the movement, right? Of the commitment to where I am, of the commitment to turn and staying there, reminding myself to release and feeling the movement. And that's why I never know if I'm doing 3 or 4. And I'll just throw in that extra one because I'm not counting. Right? When I count, if I want to do it strictly, and I don't care because I'm not performing right on stage. Competition. It's for me. It's for me, or it's to teach for you. I'm feeling. If I want to be strict about 3 times, I have to call it out, right? So I have to say, right? Here's the setup, right? And 1. I have to hear my saying 1, and while I'm doing this, I'm thinking 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, second time, and then I know I'm the last time. It's so busy, right? It's so busy. You do it for yourself, and you count. You count because you have a reason, right? And it's once you understand it, it's not because the form is 3 times. It's 3 times because you need to do it enough times to move and practice and train. If you only do it 1 time, not enough. If you only do it 2 times, not enough. That third odd number tells you, hey, you have to keep going. So you can take the Wan Sau. The Wan Sau is a wonderful movement. Right? You can take the Wan Sau, you can keep it strict, right? You can turn it more into Yang, and you can play this type of movement, right? Feel the shoulder blades, right? And you can do this endlessly, right? How many times you want. Okay? So it could be 3, 4, 5, whatever you want, and then come back. If you change up the numbers, of course, you're going to end up different place, but what's your purpose? What's your reason? Yeah? If you want to keep doing it continuously, you cannot just walk in a straight line, right? If I keep walking this way, I'm going to fall off the earth, right? Like, boom. I keep walking this way, I'm going to walk into the wall. So I'm going to add in this little exercise, and not going to really deal with it so much here, but I'll just show you an example. To be able to walk continuously, you have to walk in a circle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then you can keep on walking. Yeah. You won't hit anything. So when you're walking and you're turning, right, to walk in a straight line, right, I'm turning, I'm picking up, I have to consciously step in a straight line. But when you turn, right, because my body is turning this way, this leg that's free also wants to turn a little bit too. Right? Because I'm shifting, right? I'm turning. I have to make an effort to keep this knee open and straight up and walk in a straight line. Or I'm turning, right? And I have to make that effort to keep the knee straight, and then I can walk in that straight line. But really, if you want to walk in a circle, when you turn, you let this, when you pick up this leg, that's the coiling, right? The turning is coiling. So if you release the coil, I'm going to turn, right? So when I step, I'm now at an angle. So I'm coming here, I'm coiling up into my right. If I uncoil a little bit, right, this leg turns. So when I step out to the side, I'm now at an angle. I'm going to coil here. When I release, I uncoil. This leg comes in. Right? So let me show you from the back so you can see what my right leg is doing. Right? I come here. Right? Instead of stepping straight to the side, I uncoil, so my whole body turns a little bit to the right, and then I step. Now I'm stepping up. I shift to my left, I coil into my left. When I release, my right leg turns. When I step in, now I'm coming here. So what's happening is I'm stepping and I'm turning, and then I'm turning here. That's Bagua. Then it turns into Bagua. So I'm not going to spend the time teaching the mechanics of that, but essentially, if you want to walk in a circle, when you step, you have to step at an angle, and the body has to keep on turning. And that turn comes from coiling, releasing, coiling, releasing, coiling, releasing. But if you walk in a circle, there's a way to do this, and it's actually natural to walk in a circle because you're releasing energy, and every time you release energy, that leg turns. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave that out there. We can address how to do that in a totally different lesson, right? That's not what this lesson is for. Okay, let's see. So we address the basic form. Right? Always emphasizing the qua and that commitment to, as you shift, to staying into here, right? Not shifting off this point, not shifting. As I feel my weight pulling my body, I have to relax some more. I have to fold into here, have that commitment, touch down, and then I have to release straight down. Now I can shift. And you have to let go of the hips, the qua, right, the pelvic joint, and you have to let go of the shoulders. We talked about the coordination of the hands and the legs and the pumping, and some of the theory of, right, you pumping down, you're displacing, that will cause this to rise, or you pull. Let's see. Oh, is there anything else? Is there anything else in that form that you have questions with? Yeah. Okay, you have a question, you find it like, oh, how do you turn? What are you supposed to do for here? You write it down and send it to me. Okay, but that's a lot, right? That's a lot. So normally you create if I were going to create a commercial learning series, who knows, maybe somebody will want to pay me for this, but I would really break it down, right? And say, I'm only going to teach this, right? I'm going to teach this. And basically, from what I've taught you today, I could break that down easily into at least 3 different videos, right? Just focusing, right? First is just the form, right? Stepping, what do you do? Where do you step? Where do you turn, right? Right hand, left hand, right? The energetic part, right? The coordination, all of that can all be broken down from there, okay? So, week 1, which maybe become 1 and 2, right? So preparation, commencement, and then this is 4, 5, and moves 4, 5, and 6. Right? Single whip, right? Wan Sau, and then it just ends with the open and close. So open and close is emphasizes heart lung, right? So remember this, you just drop, right? Heart lung right from there. Always remember, relax the face. Really, you have to allow yourself to let go, right? That theme of Sung and letting go. So you have to let go of the need to physically smile, right? You're doing this for yourself. Let all of this go. You feel it physically drop. Put that sun in here. You can use that sun Qigong and smile from here. And that feeling of smiling is way more important than making that physical smile. Because that physical smile, forcing a physical smile and holding it is causing stress. It's causing TMG, blockage, right? It's causing all kinds of things. But relaxing and you feel it fall, and you have to check all over to let it fall. All right, so let me turn my back to you, and then we'll run the set. Yeah, and we'll end with that. Hey, Miss Chin, don't touch my cow.
I ate it already.
You already ate about 5 bowls. So, yeah.
More like 8.
So relaxing, just setting myself, breathing, reminding myself the breath is number one. It starts with the inhale. Touching my ankles. I'm just going to do this one time. Breathing in, pushing my knees back. Open the left foot. Open the right foot. Breathe in. Commencement. Shifting to my right. Stepping with my left. Rolling the ball. Centering. Open and close. Single whip. Shift to your left. Free the right. Pivot to the right. Free the right. Wan Sau. Tap. Now step. First one. Second time. Smile from the heart. Third time. Come back to the heart. One open and close. Left side, single whip. Shift to the right, turn a little to free the left, and then pivot and turn and step. Raise the palms. Breathe in. Looking at the right hand. Fold a little to the right. Free the left. First time. Now shift. Remember to release the hip and the shoulder joints before stepping. Release the hip and shoulders before sinking. Third time. Come back to center, to the heart. Smile from the heart. Shift to the left. Yeah, we'll just continue and turn, brushing the knee. And so next week will be this part. Follow step. Hands relax. Step back. Pipa. Left foot out, pivot. Twist step. I'm just going to take a small step. Pivot. Alright, and you can reset if you need more room. Cover. Punch. Right foot follow step. Right foot back. Same thing. Turn and fold. Gather. Lift. Double palms, pushing mountain. Follow step. Lift the sternum. Pivot back to the front. The right foot pivots. Down and shift and turn and let the left foot pivot. Brush knee facing the right side. So shift to your right, free the left and then turn. Left hand up, turn to the left, so free the right and then turn. Tap, lift the sternum. Left foot follow step. Relax the palms as they come center, left foot back. Sit back, left, turn all the way left so the right hand comes up. Pipa. Free the right. Okay. Right heel, twist step right, left hand rising. Left foot up, twist step, right hand rising. Right foot up, cover. Fold and turn into the left while the hands make fist. Follow and turn a little bit more. Release. Rolling back. Left quad. Double. Lift the sternum. Fold into the right. Left foot follow. Pivot back to the front. Left foot and then right foot. Open, close. I'm just going to reset myself a little bit. Okay. So next section, we're going to turn to the right, brush knee again. Shift to my right, turn. Lift. Left foot follow. Relax into the right hip. Now leisurely tighten the coat. We'll step back. Sit back, fold into the left. Right hand drops. The right hand, right foot pick up. Coil and release. Coil to the left. Release. Lift. Right leg lifts. Step. Palm under the chin. Come forward. Left foot follows. Release. Left foot back. Shift back and open up the right arm. Pick up the right toe. Coiling to the left and release. Double palm. Fold into the right. Left foot follow. Small step. Pivot back to the front. Holding the ball. Left. And then right. Open and close. Fist under elbow. Shift to the right. Fold. Release the left. Slide the left foot back a little bit while the hands open. Release. Shift to the left. Drop the right hand. Fold into the left and turn. Right hand turns, right foot turns. Sit back right. Release into the right hip. Pivot left. Right fist, left elbow. Body has to turn a little bit to the right. Breathe in and small step. Exhale. Shift. Right foot follow. Keep the weight on the left. Stay folded in the left hip. Right hand up. Right foot turns inwards. Shift back. Turn little right to free the left. And turn all the way to the left so I'm facing your back. Brush the left knee. Right? I'm facing your back. Fold into the left so the right foot can follow. Shift to the right. Turn. Pick up the left hand. Repulse monkey. Left foot is up. And then pivot to your right. So all the way. My knees connect right there. Now you're facing my back. Turn. Brush the left knee. Right knee, I'm sorry. Left foot follow. Shift to my left. I have to turn a little to my right to free the right foot. Turn. From impulse monkey, step. Brush the left knee. Lift the sternum. Right foot follow. Leisurely tighten the coat. So fold to the left to release the right so I can step back. Sit. Breathe in. Uncoil. Breathe in. Uncoil. Left palm faces up. Lifts. Breathe in. Turning to the right. Step out. Uncoil. Fold into the left so the right foot can follow. Unfold. Step back. Pick up the left. Spiral left. Double palm. Fold into the left so the right foot can follow. Pivot back to the front. Right heel down and shift. Adjust the left foot. Open and close. Okay. I'm going to brush knee on the left side. Repeat that whole section on the left. So shift to the left. Turn. Right foot turns. Left foot up. Brush the left knee. Fold. Right foot follow. Right foot back. Leisurely tighten the coat. Right fingertip connects to the wrist. Right foot follows. Right foot back, open. Pick up left toe, spiral left. Double palm. Fold into the left. Right foot follows, pivot back to the right, to the front. Open and close. Fist under elbow. Shift to the right. Shift to the left. Fold into the left. So the right foot is free. Right foot slides back, hands out. Sit back right, open. Drop the left hand. Pick up the left foot. Pivot, spiral right. Sit back. Keep on spiraling right. Left fist, right elbow. Step up right. Short punch, left foot follows. Shift back to the left while releasing the left hand. Sink into the left while you repulse monkey left. Pick up the right and turn all the way so I'm facing your back. Brush the right knee. Sink into the right so the left foot can follow. Sit back on the left to free the right. Right hand comes up, repulse monkey. Right foot is free, and we're going to pivot counterclockwise to your left. The right foot pivots until the knees touch. Left foot free. Turn all the way so you're facing my back. Brush the left knee. Lift the sternum, right foot follows. Sit back right, fold into the right. Left foot free, left hand come up, repulse monkey. Fold to the right. Shift. Step right, brush the right knee. Lift the sternum. Fold into the right, left foot follow. Step back. Leisurely time the comb. Tip of the middle finger, left finger touching the wrist. Step back, open. Spiral. Double palm, lift the sternum. Fold into the right, left foot follow. Pivot on the ball of the left foot, right foot adjust. Open and close. Relax into the quad while the hands come out. Lift the sternum. Slowly release, and you decide when you're going to rise, and the whole body fills. Breathe in. Shift to your right. Free the left. Bring your left foot back in. Come back center. Breathe in again. And out. One gathering. Decide when you're going to rise. Breathe in. Last one. Okay. Oh, I'm so hot. I'm so hot right now. Not too bad. I made only a few mistakes, I think. I'm sure somebody else will say, tell me you made a ton of mistakes, and I have no argument with that. Oh, that was pretty good. So, yeah, you have a small space. You either have to adjust your feet and take really small steps or practically stay in place, or just, when you do this part, just reset yourself, or at any point, just reset and just do it soft and slowly and do that. Technically, you're supposed to be able to do it in a 4x4. So, if it's stepping up and stepping up, it might basically just be walking in place, like this, that kind of step from there. So, yes, I've practiced that a little bit, not the whole set, but just sections where you just practice walking and stepping in place from there. All right, shake everything out. Oh. Yeah, we could probably make five videos out of today. I need a manager. Yeah, and really loosen everything up. Okay. Breathe in and let everything go. Yeah. Okay, loosen up the leg. Oh, I just lost my laptop. I was working the battery too hard. I guess I have to plug it in for these sessions. All right, let's end with our belt meditation. And remember, meditation, you meditate to clear the mind. You don't clear the mind to meditate. You meditate to clear the mind. And as you clear the mind, your meditation gets more and more refined. But meditating is really focusing on one thing. And that's the importance of doing wuji at the very beginning, to address as many distractions as possible before you start your practice, whatever that practice is. And slowly open your eyes. Let's rub your hands together, loosen your legs, loosen your joints. So don't forget, sun in the sky, feeling sun in your chest. Relaxing all the facial muscles and smiling from the heart. Warming up the eyes, brushing the scalp, tapping. And cupping, slapping. Really need this one today. We worked so hard. Kidneys, back of legs, side, front, inside. Back of legs, back of your legs. Yeah. Okay. One more time. Breathe in. Right. Breath is number one. Starts with the inhale and letting go. Sung. Right hand, left hand. Okay, thank you. Gung Fa Choi.